When my phone buzzed at 2:03 a.m., I wasn't asleep. I'd been staring at the ceiling for over an hour, listening to the clock tick above our dresser. A slow, methodical reminder that she still wasn't home. 2:03 a.m. Wife, I lost track of time. Don't wait up. I'll be home soon. The message was casual. Almost too casual. I read it twice, then a third time, searching for something beneath those 7 words. A tremor, a hesitation, anything that sounded like guilt. There was none. Just a heart emoji, soft and rehearsed. I stared at it until the screen dimmed. Then I typed back, my thumbs trembling slightly. Me, that's strange. Because I thought you said dinner with coworkers ended at 11. The moment I hit send, my chest tightened. It wasn't an accusation, not yet, but it wasn't innocent either. I'd been holding back for weeks, pretending not to notice the quiet phone calls in the bathroom, the perfume that wasn't hers, the distant smile when she looked at her messages. For the first time in 12 years of marriage, I was afraid of the silence that followed my text. Then suddenly read. And a moment later typing bubbles. Then they disappeared. Then, 5 minutes later, headlights flashed across the living room curtains. She was home. But not the way she usually came home. Slow, deliberate, heels clicking lightly on the porch. No, this was different. The car door slammed. Footsteps rushed up the path. The front door burst open before I could stand. "Ethan," she gasped, eyes wide, hair disheveled. "Oh my God, you're awake. Where else would I be?" I said quietly. She froze in the doorway. Something in my voice must have unsettled her. Her gaze flicked to the coffee table where her phone charger lay, unused, and then to the faint glow of my phone on the couch. I told you I lost track of time," she stammered. "We were just talking after dinner and—" "Who's we?" I interrupted. Her face faltered. Just slightly. But I saw it. The smallest crack. A hesitation that told me everything. She swallowed. "My team from work. You know, the marketing." "Yeah," I said, leaning back, eyes fixed on her. "Except Jeff texted me earlier. He said everyone left around midnight. He thought you went home." The color drained from her face. For a moment, neither of us moved. Only the clock ticked, louder now, like it was mocking us. Then she dropped her purse, her voice trembling. "Ethan, please. It's not what you think." "Then what is it, Claire?" Her eyes shimmered. "Can we just talk in the morning, please? I had a few drinks, I don't want to fight." "Where were you?" I demanded. Her breath hitched. "Out." "With who?" She looked at me then, truly looked, and I saw the moment the walls she'd built around her lies started to crumble. "A friend," she whispered. "Male or female?" She didn't answer. That was enough. For weeks, I'd been gaslighting myself into believing she was just tired, overworked, distant because of stress. I'd blamed her exhaustion on deadlines, not deception. But in that silence, that heavy, guilt-ridden silence, I knew. It wasn't stress. It wasn't work. It was someone else. "I'm going to shower," she muttered finally, brushing past me. But I caught her wrist. Her pulse was racing beneath my fingers. "Don't," I said softly. "Not yet." Her voice cracked. "Ethan, you're scaring me." "Good," I said. "Maybe that's the only way you'll stop lying." She yanked free and disappeared down the hall. The sound of the bathroom door slamming echoed like a gunshot through the house. I sat there in the living room for 10 minutes, just listening. The water ran. The house creaked. And then I saw it, her phone half hidden under her purse. I stared at it for a long time. My mind was a storm of voices. One saying don't do it, the other saying you already know the truth. Just confirm it. My hands moved before I decided. I unlocked it. Her passcode hadn't changed. And there it was. A message thread pinned to the top. Noah. The name hit like a punch. The first message was from 1:52 a.m. "Noah, you're amazing. I wish tonight didn't have to end. Claire, me too. I'll tell him soon, I promise. Noah, you said that before. Claire, this time I mean it." My breath caught. The air left the room. I scrolled higher. Texts, photos, plans. Weekends at her sister's. Late nights at the office. All lies, all carefully constructed. One message from 3 days ago nearly made me drop the phone. Claire, he still thinks we're fine. Feel horrible. Noah, then stop pretending. Claire, I can't yet. He's a good man. He doesn't deserve this. My vision blurred. I didn't know if it was from anger or heartbreak. Maybe both. When the bathroom door finally opened, she found me sitting there, phone in hand. Her face went pale. Ethan. I turned the screen toward her. This is what you were doing while I thought you were at dinner. Her lips parted, but no sound came. Tell me it's not what it looks like, I whispered. He didn't. Instead, she sat down across from me, head in her hands. I never meant for it to go this far. How far did it go? She looked up, eyes red. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Don't lie to me, Claire. Not anymore. Tears slipped down her cheeks. It started as a friendship. Swear. He understood me. You were always working late, always tired. So you decided to find comfort in someone else's bed? Snap. She flinched. No, yes. But it wasn't planned. I didn't. You didn't mean to get caught, I finished. She covered her face, sobbing quietly. For a moment, I almost pitied her. But then I remembered every time she kissed me goodnight after texting him. Every time she'd smiled and said I love you with someone else's name still warm on her tongue. I stood heart hammering. Pack a bag. Her head jerked up. What? You're leaving tonight. Ethan, please. You had your chance to choose this marriage. You chose him. She shook her head, trembling. No, I didn't choose him. It was a mistake. Then why were you telling him you'd leave me? She froze. Her lips quivered, but no words came. That silence was louder than any confession. She left at 3 a.m. The sound of the door closing felt like the house itself exhaled. When the car pulled out of the driveway, I just stood there, numb, hollow, and strangely calm. The adrenaline faded, leaving behind only exhaustion and a raw ache that burned deep in my chest. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next. Her toothbrush stayed in the bathroom, her perfume still lingered on the pillow, her slippers were still under the bed, as if the ghost of our life together refused to leave. Days blurred into one another. Friends called. I ignored them. Work emails piled up. I didn't care. It wasn't just that she'd cheated. It was that she'd lied so easily. That realization hurt more than anything. A week later, she showed up again. I was on the porch, sipping coffee, when her car pulled into the driveway. She stepped out, eyes swollen, holding a small suitcase. Ethan, she began softly. I just came to get the rest of my things. He nodded. Go ahead. She hesitated. I'm sorry, she whispered. For everything. I don't even recognize who I became. I didn't reply. She bit her lip. He's not who I thought he was. He ghosted me after that night. Said he didn't want the drama. The irony hit me hard. So, I said, voice flat, you burned your marriage for a man who didn't even stay. She looked like she might break. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But I just need you to know. I loved you. I still do. I met her gaze. You loved the version of me that never questioned you. That man's gone. She nodded, tears spilling. Goodbye, Ethan. Goodbye, Claire. When she drove away, I felt something unexpected. Not anger, not grief. Just peace. The kind that comes when the worst has already happened, and nothing can hurt you anymore. 3 months later, the divorce papers were signed. I moved to a small apartment downtown, started running again, started breathing again. The first night in that new place, I sat on the balcony, watching the city lights flicker in the distance, and for the first time in a long time I felt weightless. I realized something that night. Betrayal doesn't destroy you. It strips you. It burns away the illusions, the lies, the false comfort. And what's left, if you can survive the fire, is clarity. Claire had written once in her messages, he doesn't deserve this. She was right. I didn't deserve to be lied to. I didn't deserve to beg for truth that should have been given freely. But maybe, in a way, I needed it. Because only after she shattered everything did I finally see how much of myself I'd lost trying to keep us together. Still, sometimes when it's late and the world is quiet, I think back to that night. The message, the headlights, the panic in her eyes when she saw I knew. 7 words at 2 a.m. changed everything. I lost track of time. No, she hadn't. She knew exactly where she was. And now, so do I, on the other side of heartbreak, finally free.